JJ, I want him to finish. I want him to finish all parts of the Howey test and why Hex is not in violation of any of the three.
I think most people say that there's 4, but lawyers, is it 3 or 4? How many legs are there?
No, you're the one that's schooling us on the Howey test right now.
No, it's 3. You go ahead.
Okay, so for the record, I asked 2 lawyers in tone, the pseudo lawyer, a very simple question as to how many legs there were in the Howey test, and they deferred back to me because they couldn't answer it.
3. There's 3.
Okay.
No, well, there's 4.
Okay. Thank you for having the balls to answer it. It is your profession. You should know it, right? I also know it because I read Wikipedia, right? And I read the Howey test, and I read a shitload of other legal documents about it to do the best I could as a human being to follow the law. Okay. I don't like people getting ripped off. I don't like people losing money. I want to help people not get ripped off. I want to replace inefficient systems with efficient systems. All right.
Jason, I want Richard to go through the 4 steps of the
but he's not. He's just bloviating about horse.
I know, but
I am reading you the law, and then you're getting some way to argue with me when I'm just reading Wikipedia to you out of my brain. I'm literally just telling you true things, Richard, and you're mad.
Please go through each of the 4 stages of the Howey test and how Hex is not violating them.
I told you that both of your lawyers misidentified a leg of the Howey test by overemphasizing how important profit was, when profit is not a problem whatsoever for anything. It's not a profit for collectible plates. It's not a profit for numismatics. It's not a problem for art. It's not a problem for limited edition comic books. It's not a problem for Ferraris. It's not a problem for houses. It shouldn't even be fucking mentioned. But you guys, you mentioned it. What should have been mentioned is profit from whose effort and who is doing more of that effort. And is that effort essential? And if it is essential effort by another party and not you, then you might have failed that leg of the Howey test.
Richard,
I know more about Hex than you do. You know more about
that. And that's what I want to ask about, right? We've been going down back and forth about this, Howey says.
This is important stuff, right? Everyone that's listening to this might want to start their own cryptocurrency. And I'm the guy out there breaking my balls, finding ways to do things that haven't been done before and pushing the limit to get freedom back to the humans. And pushing the limit to get responsibility back to humans.
Hold on just a second.
Been done before.
Let me get a couple questions in. So you started out with saying we should treat new offerings with the assumption that there's.
I'm not going to accept your language, bro. Offering? What are you talking about? Offering? You realize it's leading language, right?
I'm not.
There's a very restricted number of places in the world where that word exists. Don't use that word. Ain't no one ever used the word offering in cryptocurrency ever until IC has arrived.
That new projects are a scam. Now,
usually,
one of the things that okay, so we're trying to find out what the real economics of your project are.
Also irrelevant.
Questions that
I don't understand why you guys think you can appeal to market demand to deem something a security or not. Also,
I'm not talking about securities law. I'm trying to find out more about your project. What I don't understand about your project.
Sure.
I don't give a shit about securities law.
So you think something people just lost $2 million of value to interact with has no demand is what you think, right?
What I'm asking you is, I'm
listening, man. I'm being quiet.
No. The fact is, Richard, I think you came on because a bunch of people were telling you this was happening.
You guys are lying and saying things that are not true.
No. Hey,
I am tired.
Look, here's the thing. If you don't want to be the guy that becomes the target for people when this all goes wrong, if it goes wrong, and if you don't want to be the guy that the regulator comes after, stop wearing a Hex t-shirt, stop pumping it, stop saying that you've done all this stuff, and back away. Otherwise, you are the guy that they are listening to. You are promoting it. And if you knew anything, and if you talked to anybody, they would have told you to not be the guy out front. But you're the guy out front. So one, they're relying on you, and they're relying on your statement, relying on the stuff that you're doing out there in order to try to make it profitable. So there is reliance, and that's management and control of others.
I've never spent a single dollar marketing this thing ever.
Oh, really?
None.
Where'd the website come from?
I built it. I wrote it.
So you don't pay domain fees on that?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't pay the developer in order to develop the ERC-22.
I pay some developers to build.
Great. So you have put money into it, and that doesn't really matter. The point is you are the guy out there pumping it and selling it. So you're the guy.
So your legal argument now, your earliest legal argument was appeal to there's no market for this, and now it's appeal to I have a high-risk profile. Neither of these are relevant, and you're basically full of non sequiturs. None of the things you're saying are relevant to
I am breaking down the Howey test and its progeny, and this is why I was telling you how you are going to either get a cease and desist order.
Great. And then I'll cease and desist. But I'm not going to preemptively, I'm not going to be a really smart guy and read the law and put a lot of effort into it and do the best job I can as a human being to be thoughtful and considerate and build a new innovative product that actually
This isn't a new innovative product. This is
tell me the other blockchain CD.
Look, you're calling it a blockchain CD.
Yeah.
But
it monetizes the time value of money. It's the only cryptocurrency I'm aware of that pays you more for locking longer.
Look, it's just some 10th grade economics project of
Now
how
you're ad
I
hominem my
can
project.
create that. Well, you know, you've been throwing some disparaging comments to the people that are here.
I'm talking about the
me and
law.
Bill
You're
and
talking
Tom.
about me.
Okay.
Yeah, look, my position is I care about two things. I give you no expectation of profit. I describe what the software is designed to do, is designed to appreciate by causing scarcity, right? I can describe design intentions.
No,
I
get it.
When you say
you want me to defend myself here or not? Like, do you just guys want to kick me around, or can I say the good points?
It may be because you're tired, Richard, because you keep jumping from topic to topic. And I don't know if that's intentional or because you're tired. And
I'm happy to go back to the other topics. Let's go back to the topics. Let's wrap them up.
Bill, go
When you talk about how it's intended to create scarcity, is that through the locking up of the token in the contract?
The tokens aren't locked up. They're burnt.
Okay.
The hex tokens are burnt?
Yes.
Which tokens are burnt?
The hex tokens are burnt.
When you stake, you're actually burning the tokens.
What?
They burn when you stake them. They don't exist anymore.
Okay, but then the people get new hex and more of them when the staking is over.
Correct. That's right.
And you
know why I think that's a good idea?
Yes.
Because it removes issues of custody. See? So this shit has thought in it, and I'm showing you the cool parts that are unique, that if people open up their eyes and go, man, that's actually, if we make them do all the work.
But in order to try to mine a hex or mint a hex or however you want to say it, I have to run your smart contract or refer somebody to run that smart contract, and it costs Ethereum in order to run it, correct?
You only need to pay someone else to run the code that you chose on their hardware instead of your own.
Bitcoin mining. You asked me how this is different than Bitcoin. I'm going to tell you right here, because it doesn't cost me a penny to mine Bitcoin. I don't have to give mining software any money to do that.
What you're saying is not true. Yes, let me describe to you. You've just tried to describe them as different, but they're identical. They're not. You earlier said that Bitcoin is probably a security because of pools, and now you're taking the opposite position of yourself, saying that you can mine it without a pool.
You can't.
You're saying that you can mine it without a pool, and I'm telling you that you cannot. You can't.
You are talking about how to be profitable at it. You're talking about how to be profitable at it. What you've done is you've created the only way to mine hex is if some sort of value goes into it.
You don't understand how Bitcoin mining works, even though you've probably mined it.
Really?
You can't mine a partial block. You can only mine a full fucking block. Right now, the only way you can mine Bitcoin is to mine a 12.5 block reward block. And if you don't want to use a pool to fit into your allegorical example,
I got to go to China. But to run the software still doesn't cost me any money.
It just costs you different. You have to pay mining hardware manufacturers and facilities and electric companies.
Not the software that allows it to be minted or created.
That's also not even true. That is also not true. When the demand is obvious from the thousands of people that are demanding it immediately as we speak.
Why?
Why would you assume?
Richard, why are they demanding it? Why are so many people buying hex?
Because it's a better product. It's a better piece of software.
Better product than what?
Than any other cryptocurrency I've ever seen.
So you built the currency.
Yeah. Like Satoshi did. Yeah. Except I seem to be eating a lot more shit than he did. Right? I seem to be suffering a lot more slings and arrows than Mr. Anonymous Bro. And what did he do with his money? And who was he? Right? And did he pre-mine it? Did he stealth mine it? Or did he burn his keys? Did he give other people like Bruce Fenton, kind of pretended to do like, we told everyone it was out, but no one really mined it but us. And then we really, really told people later, right? I didn't do any of that shit. I didn't stealth mine it. I didn't fucking pre-mine it. I didn't do the Satoshi fucking invisible guy bullshit. But then for some reason, I'm being damned for being honest and upfront about everything. And you
look, man, I just learned about your project today.
You're not supposed to know. You also don't know who owns anyone else's money. No one tells you what they do with their money. I don't know your addresses. I don't know your bank account balances. You don't mine. None of us know shit about each other's finances. But for some reason, libertarians think it's okay to count other people's fucking money. Explain to me why that's okay. Why do you think you get to know what a private party's fucking bank account balance is? I don't think that's ethical of you.
I don't think that.
Did you just say you're better and smarter than Satoshi and built a better product? Did I hear that correctly?
Yeah. Yes, you did.
Just checking.
Yeah.
Let's pay some respect to Satoshi and that you're building off of his shoulders. Yes?
Sure. Fuck yes, I am. He invented this whole industry. He's a better C++ developer. He's better at math. He's better at a lot of shit, but he ain't better at marketing. He didn't even own the fucking .com name, right? Oh, well, Hex is .win. Yeah, the fucking .com was
That's
taken.
because he truly developed an open source project that was intended to be mass distributed to the people, not controlled by one individual.
How'd that work out?
Doesn't matter.
42% of Bitcoin is owned by less than 2,000 addresses. Bing, bing, bing. Fucking game over. Game over. All right? And what does Hex do to fix that? We penalize those guys by 50 to 75%, like this.
Where is that going?
It gets sent to the stakers. The stakers get all that.
I mean, I understand the tokenomics from the standpoint of you generate a lot of return Hex.
Can I pitch you on the tokenomics, because I haven't?
Yeah,
Bitcoin
please do.
pays miners.
Right.
Bitcoin miners provide the security for the network. But in order to provide that security, they dump the price on the market constantly to pollute the environment. The Bitcoin difficulty is at all-time highs. The price is 3 times less than all-time highs, which means that every single coin a miner might have gotten wanted to hold on for profit. He can't. He's got to sell absolutely everything to break even, to try and survive. And what is he doing when he's selling those coins? Polluting the environment and dumping the price. Now, what do we have in Hex? We don't pay miners inflation. I can get the same anti-rollback protections, actually better security out of Ethereum than I can get from Bitcoin. Bitcoin's had 2 inflation bugs where anyone could mint as many free coins as they wanted. Ethereum's had 0. And so people go, oh, but Bitcoin's got more hash rate. Yeah, and where have its bugs come from? Code bugs. Does Bitcoin have a bug bounty program? No, Ethereum does. Is Bitcoin going to actually hard fork in some new cool stuff? Probably not. They barely got SegWit, and that wasn't even that exciting. Is Ethereum going to hard fork in new stuff? Hell yeah, all the time. They love to do it. They want to get rid of the ASICs. Monero gets rid of the ASICs. Ravencoin got rid of the ASICs. Ethereum wants to get rid of the ASICs, but Bitcoin loves them some Chinese centralization. So they ain't getting rid of them ASICs, right? And they love Blockstream, writing the software and selling cloud mining and selling a competing product that revolves around hardware security modules, and then publicly defending Tether, right? The biggest counterparty. Crypto is made to get rid of counterparties. And what is Tether? The biggest counterparty you could possibly have. The worst thing, right? Here's fiat, which sucks, and then we're going to throw some extra people between.
What I'm